Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Daniela and today we'll continue with last this time, episode 11 of the third season. In the last episode, Holly found a van. Vincent found the van and came back with an arm and the key. Holly followed the dog, and the dog brought him to the van. There was a skeleton there. Name was Roger, and he was a workman at the Swan station. Now I wonder, how did Roger die in the van just like that? I don't know, I find it a bit weird. Either he was killed by someone else or natural causes, or maybe it was the black smoke. But usually the black smoke is quite violent, like throws people around. So the last episode was about Hurley. Got to see a bit of his past. Still the curse is following him everywhere. The fast food shop there got hit by a meteor. His father that went away 17 years ago came back, and not because he missed Hurley or his mother. Came back for the money. Hurley realized that, and it was a bit heartbreaking because Hurley was still holding to that memory of his father, of them two fixing the Camaro, that trip, or else he wouldn't have kept the car, not working on it at all. It was the same as it was when his father left. But now, after all that, Harley decided to go to Australia and to find more about the numbers, and I can't wait. Sawyer and Kate are doing their usual selves, arguing, even if they confess. Again, I don't know, maybe I'm just fixated on that, but they confessed their love for one another. And now that Kate was worried for Jack, Sawyer had for some reason to bring him into the conversation, because pretending that what happened there on while they were kept locked in those cages meant quite nothing. Kate now can go back to think about Jack, and she doesn't have to feel guilty or sorry for what happened, because it meant nothing. So yeah, that was an episode. I can't wait for this one. Anyway, as usual, I got something to drink. The episode is ready to start. So without further ado, let's do this.
Ping pong table? Where the hell did that come from?
Chin found it when he was out looking for firewood. We made legs for it, and paddles. Now all we need is a ball.
We need to eat. Are we still on course?
Probably. Do you have a course?
We're still heading north on a bearing of 305.
Oh, it's working now.
We've been walking for 2 days, following a compass bearing provided by the carvings on a stick.
And?
You really think we're just going to chance upon where the others are?
I don't know what we're gonna chance on, Saeed, but my bearing is the only bearing we got.
Is there a cow? Goats? sheep? There is a cow. Oh. It's the guy from the pearl station there on the monitor. So after all, going north worked.
You bastards put up your best player. One game. And when I crush them, y'all gotta bring me every piece of my stash back.
If you lose?
I ain't gonna lose, but if I do, tell you what. Name it.
No nicknames. If you lose, no nicknames for anyone. For a week.
He is gonna lose. It's not the first time he'll loses. Poker with Jack.
Satellite dish of that size would have broadcasting capabilities thousands of miles. Danielle, you once mentioned the radio tower. Is this it?
I have never been here before.
Doesn't seem like a tower, but
So who is he?
Only one way to find out.
they didn't have time enough to ask for his name. What do you mean, who is it?
So where are you from, Najif?
I'm Syrian.
Please. والله يا أخي أنت كثير يبين لك عراقي مثلي.
So how did he end up in France?
You're an excellent cook. And I
guess
I have
after
a
that
restaurant.
encounter with the
much
Americans.
nicer than this place. I will hire you at twice your pay here. I'm offering you a job because we're outsiders here. And because my chef just quit.
Kitty. No. Plenty of someone.
I didn't cross the line! We had a truce! This is my land! You said I could stay here!
I'm not who you think I am.
Stop the rifle! Stop right now! My name is Mikhail Bakunin. And I'm the last living member of the Dharma Initiative.
Not really. Desmond is, I mean, not quite part in the whole process, but Desmond is still alive.
How did you get here? I almost don't know where to begin.
Oh,
Why don't you
it's a
begin with the
flame?
Dharma Initiative?
Fire, flame, what
I
is
grew up in Kiev and joined the Soviet Army. I replied to a newspaper advertisement. Would you like to save the world, it read. That's how I met them. The initiative. Very secretive. Very rich. And very smart. So they put me in this station. They called it the Flame.
What's the purpose of the flame?
To communicate with the outside world, of course.
Yes, of course.
What happened to the Dharma Initiative?
They're all dead, of course.
Of course.
They foolishly initiated a war against the hostiles. A purge, they called it.
And how did you survive this purge?
By not participating in it.
Like Daniel.
After it was over, 4 men appeared in the yard. They offered a truce. They said to imagine a line that extended all the way around the valley. As long as I did not cross it, I would be left alone.
Like Tom told Jack.
Who are they? These hostiles.
I do not know. But they were here for a long time before we were. A very long time.
Pleasure to meet you.
Are you sure this is him?
Yes.
Did he tortured her at some point?
I told Nadia to be polite because you are my guests.
Nadia?
After Nadia Comaneci, the greatest athlete the world has ever known.
Ooh! No way! For those who don't know, Nadia Comaneci is, or was, I mean, she's Romanian. She's living now in United States. She has double citizenship. but she is Romanian, and she is, or she was, one of the best gymnast in the world. At that time, she was the first gymnast that got a 10. Tens weren't given. It were like 9, but never 10 because it didn't exist 10 at the Olympics. But she was the first one to ever get a 10. Well, she got more than one, like 6, I think. So, oh, that's so nice. I don't think he can be trusted. I guess this is all about his flashback, not trusting people. And I'm guessing this Mikhail can't be trusted either.
Why would they let him stay here? All this stuff, all this equipment.
Actually, it makes perfect sense. The reason they let him stay here is because he is not Dharma. He is one of them.
It's not the first time someone pretended to be someone else, so...
And these cables, do any of them run into the ocean?
Yes, there is an underwater beacon that emits sonar pings to help guiding the vessels.
By vessels, you mean submarines?
Yes. The initiative used one to bring us here. But I can imagine only that the hostiles have either destroyed or commandeered it by now.
At least we were able to kill one of them.
Why are we continuing to play this little game when we all know it has moved to the next stage?
You were tortured, were you not? In the Republican Guard. Do you not recognize one of your victims?
You confused me with someone else.
Amira was arrested for harboring an enemy of the state. Her arms bear the scars of those questions. So I assure you, Najib, I am not confused.
I was in the Republican Guard. And yes, I was an interrogator, but I have never seen your wife. Maybe she saw me at the same facility, but I do not know her.
I want you to admit to what you did. And if you don't, you will leave this room in that bag.
I do not know you.
You tortured her.
No! I would never touch a woman!
My wife confessed to something she didn't do. She confessed when you poured a pan of boiling oil over her arm.
No, I did not. You have to admit it! Admit it!
John, don't. Don't. Explosive. C4.
The whole place is white.
Why?
I don't know.
Don't even think about it. Oh. Gracious me.
Manual override achieved. For pallet drop, enter 2-4. For station uplink, enter 3-2. For mainland communication, enter 3-8.
3-8.
The satellite dish is inoperable. Communications are down. Sonar is inoperable. Has there been an incursion on the station by the hostiles? If so, enter 7-7.
Keep your voice low
Of course.
and your hands in front of you.
Stop right there.
Isn't the lady that was talking with Michael?
Don't let her talk to him!
Знаешь, что делать? Это приказ!
У нас все еще есть выход! Стоп!
Just do it, Mikhail!
Прости меня! Finish it!
He won't get captured, interrogated. She prefers to die before being, I don't know.
Were you ever a member of the Dharma Initiative? Or was everything you said a lie?
I was never a member, but everything else I told you was true.
And now we have our ticket to where the others live, where we'll find your daughter and Jack. And finally, perhaps, a way home. This is a map showing electrical and data cabling. Running from the flame, here, to a place called the barracks. It's comprised of houses and dormitories, with water and power, large enough to accommodate an entire community.
After my husband and I first arrived to Paris, I was afraid to ever leave our apartment.
Wait, Kitty! Oh, I just realized. What the fuck?
I would stare out the window into the alley, and I would see this cat looking for scraps. So finally, I had a reason to leave my apartment. Every once in a while, he will bite me or scratch me. He does this because sometimes he forgets that he is safe now. So I forgive him when he bites me because I know what it is like to never feel safe. And that is because of you. I ask you now that you show me the respect of acknowledging what you did to me.
I remember you. Your face has haunted me ever since I left Iraq. I am sorry.
I forgive you. When my husband returns, I will tell him I made a terrible mistake, that it was not you.
Actually, I just played that silly chess game again. And now, I realize why you didn't want me to beat it.
Still connected with the outside world. was what Kendall was talking about.
That place was our one hope of communication with the outside world.
The computer said if there was an incursion by the hostiles, I should enter 7-7. So I entered 7-7.
Kitty, it's okay. Oh. What about the horse? Is the horse okay? Okay, yeah. So that was a thing. John is doing things. I don't know. I don't know why he did it specifically. Why he wanted to destroy that. I mean, I have a suspicion that he doesn't want to go off the island. I don't see other reason, because like, oh, it said that if the station was taken over by hostiles, you know, ooh, let us know. But like, that happened long ago. And John knew that, like, the others took over that place. So that was the flame station. There was the on the ground thing with computer and the camera there, where it was the same place that they saw from the Pearl station. That computer, I don't know, for some reason I think the Dharma initiative is still going on. For some reason it felt, I don't know, present more than just a recording of some years ago. It might have been just a recording, but for some reason, I don't know, I had this feeling that Dharma is still going on. We're talking again about these hostiles, which are the others, and apparently they were there before Dharma, and there was like a purge, Dharma against the hostiles, and the hostiles, the others, killed all the scientists, apparently. But this flame station was for communication with the outside world. I had some suspicions that, how exactly could they manage to take over the whaleboat. Like, Said and Jean were there in the bushes and it was impossible not to see someone walking. They came from the submarine, so they do have a submarine. And the cable that Said found it, kind of in the first episodes, that was going out from the ocean in the jungle, was for like some sort of beacon to send signals, sonar, for the submarine, and it's not working. And I have a feeling, I don't know, maybe not necessarily the sonar, but we're gonna see the submarine. I don't remember the name. I think in one episode Ben says something, take this, no, not Ben, in a recording of Dr. Kendall there said that from the Pearl station, I think, because like after you have to write everything down and send that thing to us, and after it's finished or a period of time, you go to this dock and take something, and I think it was talking about the submarine. I don't remember exactly, but it was something like that. Said found a map of this so-called barracks. Was a place that was built by Dharma and others took over, because that would make a bit sense for that map to be from Dharma, and it was of a place that they own and not something that the others built after. And also, why would you leave a map like that knowing that there are people, other people? But I think it was like in the manual, there were like Dharma instructions or initiation manuals, a lot of things that went to waste. I wonder what the others, like, what's the purpose? What do they want that Dharma didn't? And they had this fight between them. We had a bit of flashbacks from Said. His past continued to haunt him. This time it was one of his, I could say, victims that he tortured. And, he learned about forgiveness, I guess. No matter what he did to that person had enough strength to forgive him. But I mean, I don't think it, I feel it was something personal. Like, she did say that she was scared because of what happened to her, what he did to her, and she wasn't able to leave the house because of how terrified she was, and the experience was so horrible. Maybe forgiving him and him acknowledging her and what he did, it was a way for her to feel better, to help her move on, kind of. Apparently the others have a liking into pretending to be someone else, into acting. I don't quite understand why he did that. What was the purpose of pretending to be someone else? To find informations? I don't think so, because I feel that they know already everything about the survivors. Maybe to know what they're up to kill them. But yeah, apparently that purple sky did a lot of damage. That's why the satellite didn't work, and the sonar, because of the purple sky, because that's what Said said. There came someone else because they lost communications. But then, why did the computer work? Maybe just some type of communication, maybe not necessarily electronics. But then, somehow it needs power. Where it get the power from? I don't know. But yeah, I really liked it. Can't wait for the next. I'm gonna stop here. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy, and I will see you next time. Bye.